Welcome to Tell Us in the Dark.
It all started with the door that shouldn't have been locked. I should have never opened it. But when you wake up in a place you've never seen before with no memory of how you got there, it's instinct to want to escape. At least, that's what I thought. When I woke up in that room, I thought it was a hospital. The walls were white, sterile, and the air felt stale, like it hadn't moved in years. But something was wrong. Terribly wrong. There were no windows, no sound of life outside, just silence, and that door locked from the outside. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I banged on the door, shouted. I figured someone would come explain why I was there. But the more I yelled, the more it became clear there was no one coming. I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. And that's when I knew something wasn't right. I didn't remember getting there. I didn't remember anything. My own reflection felt like a stranger staring back at me. Then the knocks started. They weren't loud, more like a faint tapping, as if something was testing to see if I was still inside. I held my breath, backing away, terrified of what was behind that door. The next day, or maybe it was hours later, I couldn't tell, he showed up. A doctor. Dr. Reynolds, he said. He acted like this was all routine, as if people woke up in strange, locked rooms every day.
David, it's good to see you awake. We've been monitoring your progress.
I asked him where I was, what was happening, but all he kept saying was that I'd been there for a while. That this was part of my treatment. Treatment for what? I didn't know, and neither did he. There was something off about him. His voice, too calm, too rehearsed, like he'd said the same thing 100 times before to other people. They let me out of the room eventually, but the hallways were empty, the doors locked, except for one other patient, Sarah. She never looked up, just stood there muttering to herself. When I tried talking to her, all she said was, "They'll wipe your mind too, just like they did mine."
They make you forget, but the truth always comes back, always.
I couldn't take it anymore. I had to know why I was there. Late one night, I found a way into an office. The files, they were endless. But then I found mine. My name was in there, but the dates didn't make sense. They said I'd been there for years. But I'd just woken up, hadn't I? That's when I realized it wasn't a hospital. It wasn't a treatment center. It was a prison. And they were erasing our memories, bit by bit. Sarah was right. They were wiping us clean. I had to get out. Sarah and I planned it, one chance to run. But something went wrong. The alarms went off, and they came for us. I could hear her screaming as they pulled her back. But I didn't stop. I ran as fast as I could. I had to get out. I made it, or at least I thought I had. The air was different, I was free, but then something was off.
David, did you really think it would be that easy?
I wasn't free. I never was. It was all part of the game, and I had lost. There's no escape. Not from this, not from them. They'll wipe my mind again soon, and I won't even remember I tried to leave. If you're still watching, you're not trapped. Not yet. Subscribe for more, and maybe, just maybe, you'll never end up in the locked ward.